Hi everyone, welcome to Aldernwood. I'm Danielle, a fantasy wood carver bringing Aldernwood to life. In today's video, I'm going to be carving Elwyn. She's an elven type forest creature whose aim is to nurture and protect the forest. However, this is going to be one of my more detailed carvings, so fingers crossed it all turns out. Let's get started. Firstly, I'm going to trace out my drawing that I've done in my sketchbook so that I can transfer it onto the wood using the transfer paper. Once I've done that, I'm going to start carving, and to be honest, I really didn't know where to start, which is why I started on that corner, and I decided that I would carve away the sides first because I didn't have my sketch on there, and then my sketch which is on the front would be my guide to carving out the sides, if that makes any sense. I don't have like a bandsaw or anything, and to be honest I really hate sawing, so I was just going to chip it away with my knife and my gouge. And I actually already made a mistake because I carved away way too much on the side and I actually had to start again. So this piece of wood is actually my second attempt so far. So I was really hoping that that would be my only mistake in this and everything else would be kind of plain sailing. Spoiler, it wasn't, but we'll get to that. Once again, I'm just taking away the wood little by little and just rounding out the shape of the head there before going in underneath the antler to really shape out that bit and get rid of all the wood under there that I don't need. As you can see, I've sketched out the side profile back onto the carved bit of the side piece. So I'm able to go in on the front and really carve away the skirt portion of the carving and get rid of anything that I don't need. I'm really doing this bit by bit and taking it really slow. And then going to do the same with the forearm portion of the carving. Just get rid of all of that I don't need and really set back the position of the arms. Now I'm going in and just doing the same with the head. I'm really just pushing the head back, not pushing the head back, but getting rid of the wood up until where the face begins. And now you can really kind of see a bit of dimension to the shape. I was a bit more relieved that it was kind of coming together. And as you can see, I have retraced out part of my drawing on the front just to give me a bit of a guide again to see where exactly it is that I need to remove the wood. I'm now framing out the hair from the body and I've done like a stop cut there so that I can remove everything in front of where the hair needs to be in just one sweep move. I was really quite nervous to frame out the ears for fear of like carving too much and not being able to obviously get them back. So that is one that I'm going to put off now, but we move on to back to the arms, and again, I've just framed around that ball area, which I want to come out further than the arms. So I've just done a stop cut, so I'm able to carve everything else that I do want to get rid of. I'm really feeling like it's starting to take shape, but I really do think it looks a bit like a hedgehog. I just can't get over that it looks like a hedgehog at this point. Now I'm going in with a bit more shaping, getting rid of that excess wood underneath the arms. I'm really being careful not to carve too much away because I don't want to leave myself with not enough wood to be able to carve these ears. At this point, I hadn't really decided whether to make the face a bit more 3D, so kind of carve out the eyes a little and have the nose kind of a bit more protruding. So I do try that, but I really didn't like it, so I just smoothed out the face again. I really wanted to give some texture to the hair. I didn't want it to just be really flat and straight, so I kind of wanted to have a wave to it, but I was really unsure how I was going to get this effect. So what I did was I did more horizontal indents to the hair to kind of make more horizontal wave. I'm not really convinced I like it, and maybe next time I'll try a different method, but overall it worked out okay. I really utilised this gouge for the hair because it had a lot of the indent kind of shape, and I really needed it. It came in so useful for the hair. I then realised that I didn't really plan where the edge of the hair was going, and it kind of looked really strange because the rock was then above the hair. So I do fix this later on, but I kind of went a bit rogue with making the hair longer than I anticipated. So I do come back to that, but for now I just started to round off those more harsh edges of the skirt to make it just a bit more realistic. I feel like with carving, and probably like quite a lot of crafts really, like there's a certain point where it's just not looking how you want it to look, and then all of a sudden, little by little, it just comes together. And at this point I was really happy with how it was coming out, and the shape that I'd gotten with it. Carving out these smaller areas around this sphere and like under the neck, I found really tricky to get at the right angle so that I could get like all the wood out and it doesn't like just chip away. Doing the ears was something that I was really nervous about. I really didn't want to just chip off the edge of the ear, and then I would have to completely rethink like the design on this, because once it was gone, it was gone. I mean, I could have probably glued it back on, but I was really worried, so I was really going slow and taking my time doing these ears, and yeah, trying not to chip it off. At this point, I'd remembered that I had done this headband for Elwyn, and I was really happy with the face. So I was kind of on the fence of whether to actually add this detail back in, but I'm so glad that I did, and it really adds just that extra dimension to it. And I just like slithered off the front of the face, so I didn't have to change the line of the chin, which I was really worried about. I think I probably put these antlers off until the very end because I was really worried about chipping them off and having to carve them out of a new piece of wood and glue them back on. Spoiler alert, I do end up chipping this particular antler off, and to be honest, I was so gutted when I did. It was just so annoying. I'd got so far on this antler, I was pretty much done on this antler, and then it just split. So I will be going back and gluing that back on, but it's still not out of the woods just yet. For now, I'm just going to leave it and carry on with the other antler and just go super slow and just pray that it doesn't happen again. Unfortunately, while I'm doing this antler, I kind of nudged the other one and it basically comes completely off. It's hanging on by a thread or a grain at this point. And as you can see, I kind of put it off to one side there on my sketchbook. But yeah, now it's kind of covered in chippings and it's still on that sketchbook. Do you see where I'm going with this? Alrighty, I think I'm pretty much done. I'm just going to clean her up. Just going to do a bit of sanding just to finish up some of the little splintery bits of wood. Obviously I need to re-glue this back on here. I have put loads of wood chippings where I put, oh here it is. Ah yes, I need to glue this back on. Yeah. I then proceeded to put it back on my sketchbook and then decided to do a tidy and put all the wood chippings in my wood chipping bin. I then had to spend 20 minutes rummaging through my wood chipping bin to try and find it. Luckily, I found it because I was not about to recarve that antler. I was then able to come back the next day and just tidy up all the little things that I wanted to tidy up, and I ended up sanding the hair and also her face just to give it a bit more of a cleaner look. I kept everything else kind of more knife finished, which I really like. And then I challenged myself with carving out her face. I had trialed doing it with paint and it just didn't look good, so I went ahead and carved out the face and just went super slow, and in the end I think it really turned out well. I then finished up with some wood stain. I decided to go for this walnut finish and I trialled it out on a scrap piece of wood, and I knew that it was dark going on and then it was lighter when I turned it off. But honestly, when I put this on, I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? It is so dark. But luckily, once I had let it soak in and kind of clothed off the excess, it actually turned out really cool and I was really happy with it in the end. I just wanted to say, if you're here, thank you so much for watching. What did you make of Elwyn? I'm really impressed with her actually. For one of my challenging carves, I think she's come out really well. And the only thing is I'm kind of on the fence of whether I should have painted her or not. Like, what would you have done? Would you have painted her or would you have stained her like I have? Yeah, let me know. And if you really liked this video, do go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. And if you're looking for more fantasy carvings, go check out this video and also subscribe because there are going to be plenty more to come. For now, see you in the next one. Bye!